What is up, guys? James here from the Light of Riga YouTube channel, and in this video we're going to be doing a reading for all my Aquarius sun sign friends. If you were born between the dates of January 20th and February 18th, then you are an Aquarius sun sign, and this video is for you. Today we're going to be taking a look at the month ahead for the month of June, and I know what you're thinking, how could it be June already? We're halfway through 2018, I can't believe it myself, but here we are. I guess I have to believe it. But what we're going to do today is take a look at the month of June and see what's coming up and try to make it the best month possible. I'm going to be using the Robin Wood Tarot today, and this deck has been trimmed and edged and shuffled, so it's ready to go. So if you would please give me a moment to center myself and cut the deck and deal the cards out, I would appreciate it. One thing I do want to say before we get too far into this is that this is a general overall reading for a large group of people, so not everything is going to resonate with everyone. So I encourage you to take what works for you and leave the rest, but if you do want a more specific reading where I tap into your energies, then you can head on over to my website. It's lightofriga.com. The link is in the description box below, and that's going to be the place for you to check in on my free daily readings. Look at crystals and book a personal reading with me. So I'd appreciate if you go check that out. lightofriga.com. Link in the description. Alright, very good. What we're also going to do is we're going to consult the Untamed Truth Oracle, and we're going to ask it what message it has for Aquarius sun signs this June. What message for Aquarius sun signs this June? Alright, and we'll take a look at that card at the end of the reading. Alright, Aquarian friends, let's get into this. What we'll do is... okay. What we're going to do is take a look at these cards individually and then see what they have to tell us as a whole. And the first card we're going to look at is this one, and it represents the energies of last month, so the energies of May. And we've got the Star. And the first thing I think of when I see this card is that May might have been an emotional period for a lot of you. Maybe you're going through something that made you feel exposed, that made you feel kind of vulnerable. Maybe this was something that you decided. Maybe you decided to be more exposed and more vulnerable. Maybe you decided to be more open and honest with people, or honest with yourself and your emotions. But the Star is about being open. And so this could apply to you in a variety of different ways. Only you know how this exactly applies to you. But yeah, I mean, the feeling of being open and vulnerable and just being maybe a little bit more expressive of your feelings and emotions, perhaps, with other people. It's going to mean a lot of different things for a lot of different people. So figure out how that kind of applies to you. Okay, let's move on over here. This card represents the current present energies now at the end of May. We've got Judgment. And wow, two major arcanas back to back, two naked ladies. The feeling I'm getting from this is that there's a big change going on. I think there's a new you is almost the feeling that I'm getting. Like you're like you can see here it's the phoenix rising from the ashes. Well, not the ashes. Well, maybe she was burned. I don't know what's going on in this image, but I do know that I'm getting the feeling of just having a new energy, like you shed your old skin and now you're a new snake, something like that along those lines. So definitely change is in the current cards, pun intended, and yeah, we'll see what the nature of that change is. But yeah, I'm feeling as though you're feeling reinvigorated, perhaps. So let's move on over to this card, which represents the energies of the upcoming months, the energies of June, and we've got the Ace of Swords. And this is about new ideas, new ways of expressing yourself, and again, new energy coming in. This is amazing. I'm seeing a lot of newness, a lot of newness coming in here. And so a new way of expressing yourself. Maybe you're going to decide to be a little bit more upfront with people, maybe tell the truth a little bit more. Possibly, maybe this is a new idea that's coming up. It's not necessarily having to do with communication, but this could be a new idea. This could be a new way of thinking. Something that has to do with the ego and the way you express yourself, but some new energy coming in that realm. So with the new you comes a new way of thinking, and it also comes a new way of speaking and expressing yourself. So that's what I'm seeing in June, is you working out, how the new you is going to interact with the world, so to speak. Very cool, very cool. Let's move on over to this card, which represents what to hold on to in the month of June. And we've got the Five of Pentacles, and not something you would usually see in this position. So give me a moment to really go into this card. I'm getting the feeling that you should hold on to, how do I put this? Oh my goodness. I don't want to say hold on to the ideas of lack and poverty, but realize that if you feel lack and poverty, that you are creating that yourself. That's the best way I can describe it. The message I'm getting here is that it's self-imposed. Your ideas, your thoughts, and your emotions towards abundance create what kind of abundance you receive. So if you're thinking that you are someone who deserves to be in lack, someone who deserves to be in poverty, someone who deserves to struggle, then that is what you will be presented with in your life. So hold on to the idea that you can create whatever reality you want. It's a new you. And if you're going to take some old ideas into the new you, then you're going to end up with the old you. Right? So now is the time to change your ideas about poverty, change your ideas about lack, and really shift your focus to one of more abundance, to one of where you celebrate all that you have rather than lament what you don't. And that kind of shift in your thinking and your feeling is going to shift your reality. And that's what you need to hold on to this month. Is realize that whatever you think you are, you are. Whatever you think you deserve, you will get. So if you're going to be a new you, it's time to shift the way you think about yourself. Okay? This card represents your biggest hurdle or obstacle you're likely to face in the month of June. We've got the Four of Pentacles. And I think the biggest hurdle is going to be being stuck in that financial system. We're taught in this society to covet money. We're taught that the more money you have, the more value you have. And as a result, it creates a society full of people who kind of hoard their money, who don't really help each other as much as they could. And I think that's going to be an issue for you, is realizing this as well, that money is not something to be hoarded. It's something to be used to help yourself and to help others. And holding on to it, you can't take that with you into your grave. Okay, you need to be more open with the way you treat money, and realize that if you let it, it will rule you. We're getting two pentacles here, and it's a little bit of cause for concern for me. Whenever we get stuck in that pentacle energy, we're kind of not paying as much attention to our mind, our body, and our soul as much as we could be. So yeah, I'm definitely feeling money here. Something about money. But it doesn't necessarily have to be about money. The pentacles represent a lot of different things. So figure out what that means for you. Alright, this card here represents what to let go of in the month of June. And we've got the Five of Wands. And this one is self-explanatory. There's conflict. Okay, there's always going to be conflict. But what we need to realize is that in any conflict that we've ever engaged in, we are 50% to blame. It's a two-way street every time. And if there is conflict, we have to take responsibility for our role in it. We can't just place blame onto others. And this card is asking you to remove some of that conflict from your life. And you're probably saying to me, well, that lady treated me poorly. Yes, but what was your role in that? What did you do? How did you perceive this lady? If you're going to start going around and perceiving people who challenge you as people who are there to create lessons for you, then all of a sudden the rude lady at the supermarket's not some mean person. She's someone who has a lesson for you. Perhaps it's a lesson in tolerance. Perhaps it's a lesson in love. How can you love someone when they're rude to you? And that's a lesson. So remove conflict in your life by removing the way you respond to it, by changing the way you respond to it, not removing, by changing the way you respond to it. And just like everything, just like the poverty, or not poverty, but just like the pentacle energy, the way that you perceive it is what it is. All right, so try to do away with conflict, and you're going to do away with it by realizing your role, and also by realizing what the lesson inherent in it is. All right. Let's move on over here to this card, which represents the energy of the people around you in the month of June. And I just want to state that, of course, there's different people in your life who are going to have different energies. This card is more representative of the people in your life as a whole. And we've got the Four of Swords. And I think people around you are going to be very reflective, perhaps introspective, maybe kind of consumed in their own thing. They might feel like they're moving slowly. Whereas, you're going through shifts and changes, and I feel as though a lot of change is going to be happening to you. So maybe the people in your life are going to be vibing on a different frequency this month for the most part. I think this is a great opportunity for you to separate yourself from a lot of the people in your life because, like I said, you're going through a new phase, and you're trying to figure out what this new phase means, and you don't want to have other people's impressions influence how you set your new trajectory, so to speak. So if their energy feels kind of grating against yours, feel free to move away from those people. You got to do your own thing this month if you can, and I think people are going to slow you down, perhaps. All right, let's move on over to this card, which represents the biggest lesson my Aquarius friends are likely to learn in the month of June, and we've got Four of Cups. Finally some cup energy besides the star, which isn't really a cup, but give me a moment here. Oh my goodness, of course, the biggest lesson is, where are you placing your focus, Aquarius friends? Look at this person here, okay? He's got 3 empty cups, and he's focused on them so intently because they're empty, and he's sad about it. He's emotionally sad because his cups are empty. And he's so focused on his empty cups that he cannot see the cup that's behind him that is full and radiating light and love. And it's not that to him the cup's not even there because he's not placing his focus upon it. And I think the lesson for us this month, Aquarius friends, is that where you place your attention is what is real. If he were to place his attention solely on that full cup, he would think that life is full of light and love and joy. He wouldn't even see the 3 empty cups. And that's just an example of how our perception changes our reality. And I think that's going to be the lesson for you as you undergo some changes here this month, that you have to realize where you're placing your attention is what is going to be created. Simple as that. So now that we've seen all the cards together, we can run through them quickly and see that I think there's change happening for a lot of Aquarians. I think change is happening at an emotional level, and also at an intellectual level. And I think June is going to see you trying to figure things out, trying to figure out what this change means. Like, how do I change? How do I incorporate this new me into this old life that I had? And so there's going to be some challenges with that. I encourage you to realize that your thoughts about money create the amount of money that you have, or not just the money, but just abundance in general. The way you think about it is what is attracted to you. So if you have thoughts of lack, and like this guy here, and if you're focused on the negative rather than the positive, then you'll create more negative. That's the way the universe works. You gotta trust me on that. The biggest hurdle or obstacle you're likely to face is kind of getting away from the old thoughts, maybe societal programming about money and about abundance and how we are valued based on our finances in this society, and just getting over that and moving past that. So once you move past that, you can start to see the real value of money rather than the one that's been taught to you since birth. Try to not engage so much in conflict. And if there is conflict in your life this month, what is the lesson that you're supposed to learn? And what was my role in creating that conflict? I think those are 2 questions that you need to be asking yourself, that if you can answer that, you are doing great. Okay? And conflict will no longer cause stress or anxiety or worry. It'll be a source of inspiration, really. The people in your life seem like they're on a whole different wavelength. They're going to be kind of into themselves. They're going to be slow, methodical, and just not really the same wavelength as you for the most part. So, if you feel that, then move away from it if you can, and you'll find that you might be doing better on your own this month. And of course, the lesson is what you focus on will grow. Focus on positivity, and that's all you will see. Focus on negativity, and that is all you will see. Of course, in the real world, both exist equally, right? So if you want to be a realist, you can see the negative, you can see the positive, but you'll just be riding that middle line. But if you choose to see the positive, you're going to be elevated. Your vibration will raise. You'll be happier, more fulfilled, and the negative can't affect you anymore. So I think that's a lesson for my Aquarian friends this month. Cool. Before we go, we asked the Untamed Truth Oracle what message it had for Aquarian sun signs this June, and we've got the self. Oh, boy, do I hate being right all the time. This month is about the self. It's about improving the self. Just as this woman rises from the ashes, so too are you going to discover a new you this month. It's sort of what I'm feeling. I think the energies are going to facilitate a change in the self. And I think you should really analyze the self this month. Go into the self. And how many times can you say self in 1 minute? Self. That's what the theme is this month, Aquarian friends, is ask yourself those questions. What is my focus? Where am I placing my focus? How am I creating conflict? And how am I ignoring the lessons that these conflicts create? How do I think about money? How do I think about love? How do I think about the nature of reality? Where is my focus? And so there's going to be some self-exploration this month, Aquarian friends. Don't shy away from it. You're going to go through this kind of feeling out period, and I think you're going to come out feeling like a brand new person with a brand new reality. So this is a great opportunity this month to create something that you want to create. So manifest and create from a place of positivity, and you'll be doing great. Okay, that is the reading. I hope that resonated with you. Remember, this is a general reading. Not everything applies to everybody, but if you want a specific reading, you can head on over to my website, lightofriga.com. Like I mentioned, the link is in the description box below, and you can book a personal reading with me there. If you like this video, please hit that like button. It lets me know that you appreciated it and got something out of it, so I would appreciate that as well. If you have any questions or comments or concerns or anything you want to say about this reading, put those in the comment section below. I read all my comments, and I love to hear what you have to say. And if you really enjoyed this video, please hit that subscribe button to stay up to date on all the videos I release. I took a short break, but I'm back now with my month ahead readings such as this one, my bi-monthly readings, my weekly readings. You don't want to miss out on any of that. Hit that subscribe button. I would appreciate it. And good luck this month, Aquarian friends. Focus on the self, and the self will grow. I wish you light and love, Aquarian friends. Leave a like if you enjoy this. Happy taroting. Peace.